Alright, classic FAST, CCOM, connection problems, finding the right COM port, all that good stuff. Pretty much everything translates over to EFI 2.0, but you got a customer needs some help with the earlier stuff. So first up, let's just try and connect and see what we got. So if we go to communications and connect, we've got an error message that says ECU not found. Alright, so this error message that we get tells us a few things. ECU not found means either the ECU is not plugged in, which is the case here because I'm sitting at a desk not hooked up to a car, or we've got the ECU is not powered up, so maybe we got a switch problem or a wire that we think's hooked up is not hooked up, something like that. That's ECU not found. Now, another option you can get is like this one, COM open failed. So this is probably one of the most common errors you get. Basically, that means that you're just on the wrong COM port. So what a COM port is when you plug something in via USB into a Windows computer, it assigns a COM port number to it. So in order to find that and make sure that we're choosing the right COM port, there's a few steps to go through. So what we'll do is go down and click on the little Windows symbol down here, and then click on the gear for settings. This is Windows 10. And then we need to get into the device manager. Now, there is somewhere on here, there's like a thing that says devices and printers, but right here, but it will not tell us what we need. So you actually have to do a search for device manager. There it is. That's telling me that I'm not an administrator because this is my work computer. But here's what device manager looks like. So when you get in here, we want to look for ports, and everything's in alphabetical order. So down here next to print, we see ports. All right, that's a good sign. And so if I double click on that, it's going to say prolific USB to serial COM port COM3. All right, now it may say something slightly different if it's a different brand name or something, or it might say USB to serial bridge, but the COM port number out here to the side, that's the important thing. Now, if I were to, let me unplug this from my laptop. So if I came in here and I was like looking for ports and I don't see ports anywhere, there's a couple things could be. One, if you see maybe an exclamation or something down here, that's basically telling you that Windows knows something's plugged in, but it doesn't know what it is. Usually that's a driver problem. Now, the good thing about Windows 10 is as long as you've got an internet connection going on, when you plug something in, it is 99% of the time going to like automatically load the driver for that device. But if you don't see ports here, then that's the problem. Or I have had just a dead USB adapter, one that I had, was a couple years old or something like that. It worked, but it quit working, and it would no longer pop up in here. So now if I plug this guy back in, and we got our ports, we got a prolific, and we got a COM3. So then we can go back to our FAST software here, communications, setup, and choose COM3. And then of course here, when we try to connect, it's going to tell us ECU not found because we're not actually plugged into an ECU in a car. All right, so that's kind of the rundown. Now, occasionally you'll get a situation where on the classic FAST, for instance, you only COM 1, 2, 3, 4 are our only options. XFI software actually lets you go all the way to COM 12, but let's say that Windows had assigned COM 12 to this thing. Well, that's not going to work for our classic FAST software, so we need to fix that. So to do that, if we bring our device manager back up, and like I said, we're going to pretend that this said something like COM 12 or COM 10 or something like that. We're going to right click and go to properties, and then you'll go to port settings, and then you'll click on advanced. Now, since this is my work computer, I don't have the privileges to do that, because when I try to click on that, it won't let me. But here's what's going to happen. When you click on advanced, it'll pop up a new window. Kind of on the left hand side in the middle of that window, you'll see a little drop down menu that will say COM10 or COM12. So what you want to do is click on that drop down and then choose COM1, 2, 3, or 4. Then hit OK, apply, and then it may actually prompt you to restart your laptop. That's cool. Go ahead and do it then, and you'll be ready to go. And that is it.